Something a little bit different today. Instead of the usual weekend league recap where I basically just go over my most recent 40 games, what I'm going to do today is talk you through 3 of the most important things I use to finish in the top 100 pretty much every week. And as well as this, I'm also going to go over highlights of my couple of losses from the most recent weekend league, because seeing me lose isn't something you get to see very often in FUT Champions. The first thing I'm going to speak to you about is the use of chemistry styles, which is something I found extremely helpful this year. There are a few people who feel chemistry styles are pointless, or they have some sort of conspiracy theory that they don't do what they're supposed to, but in my experience they have helped me a lot. Now, looking at my team here, as you can see, the common theme for my defenders is to have Shadow, which gives a boost to pace and defending. My common theme to my midfielders is to have Catalyst, which gives a boost to pace and passing. And although that front 3 are mixed, in general the common theme for my attackers will be to have Hunter, which gives a boost to pace and shooting. And these are the 3 chemistry styles you really need in your team. I know there's a few exceptions in my team, which I'm going to get into in a moment, but overall these are the 3 chemistry styles that you need to be using, and to get the most out of these you need to have every player on 10 chemistry. As you're looking at my team here, you can see I have Modric as the striker and Griezmann as the CM, and that's simply just to get the most out of my chemistry styles. Moving on to my team individually now, and as I've said, the chemistry style you want on your defenders is Shadow, unless you have a defender with exceptional defending like I do with Team of the Year Ramos. With his defending already being 97, it seems a bit of a waste of a card just to bump that up to 99, and he'd benefit a lot more from something like Catalyst, where he still gets the full pace boost but also gives him a passing boost to help him pass out from defence. And moving on to my midfield, as I've said, Catalyst is the one you want to be using here, but again we do have an exception with my Team of the Year Modric. With his passing already being so high, I thought it's a bit of a waste, and he would benefit a lot more from having Shadow, as that's the only one of his stats that isn't as good as the rest. Moving on to my strikers, Bale having Hunter, obviously you can see 89 shooting, there's a lot of room for improvement there, and it will also make his pace 99. Ronaldo, his stats are all so high, the only ones that can be improved are his passing and his physical, so I'll give him Architect. And Modric I've already spoken about, and those are my thoughts on my team's chemistry styles. Second thing I'm going to speak to you about is the method I use to score about 60 to 70% of my goals, and that is the low driven shot. Now if you're not using this method to finish your chances, then you seriously need to start, because this is by far the most overpowered and easiest way to score in FIFA 17. You know, if you're anywhere in the box, if you're through on goal, if you're 15, 12 yards out and you've got a free shot on goal and you've got the ball under control, this shot will go in about 90% of the time, because it is so overpowered, and it is really hard for any keeper on the game to stop. Now the trick to this is when you're through on goal, you put the amount of power in as you would if you were trying to put it in the top corner, but before your player actually gets to kick the ball, just tap the shoot button again, and instead of putting it high into the net, your player will actually keep it low and smash it into the bottom corner. The key to having success with these shots is simply to slow down and have the ball under as much control as possible before you hit the shot. And what I'm going to show you here is what can happen if you don't do that and you are running at maximum speed. As you saw, the first one with Bale running away from the defender, hit it too close to the keeper, and that one there with Ronaldo, 3-3, 85th minute, if he had that under a bit more control, I would have won that game in normal time instead of being dragged into extra time and potentially penalties. Now I know a lot of you watching this will be thinking, hang on a minute, anyone can score these goals with, you know, Ronaldo, Bale, etc. But look, that's Kyle Walker there, had the ball under control and hit a good driven shot across the keeper, which is just impossible to save. And this is the best thing about these shots. No matter how tight the angle, if there's room to get that shot across the keepers just simply cannot get down at all. And sometimes, like in this case here, you can hit them that well, the keepers don't even make an attempt. Now in situations like this, when there's no defenders anywhere near you, you just don't need to press sprint at all. When the ball's coming into you, let go of sprint, take a good first touch, and then you can hit the perfect driven shot every single time. As you can see again here, Bale, quick skill move through to Griezmann, let go of sprint into the bottom corner, and that is how you score driven shots. The third and final tip I'm going to be sharing with you on this video is my corner that I've been using since pretty much the start of FIFA 16, and it's a corner that has given me a lot of success, because if you do this properly it is impossible to defend. Now there's a few things you need to think about before you're going to try and attempt this corner. The first thing is that it always needs to be in swinging, so on the left hand side you need a right footed player taking it, on the right hand side you need a left footed player taking it. The second thing to think about is who on your team has the highest crossing stat. So my player with the highest crossing who's left footed is Marcelo, so he takes my corners on the right hand side. My right-footed player with the highest crossing stat is Modric, so he takes my corners from the left-hand side. So after you've got the correct corner takers on the correct side, you can move on to placement and power. Now for power, you want to be putting just over 3 bars, in between just over 3 bars and 3.5 bars of power. And for placement, you want to be putting the ball, where I put it in this clip here, in between the posts, but slightly closer towards the near post and just on the edge of the 6-yard box. This is perfect because it's just about as close you can get to the goal without the keeper being able to come and get it. Because when he does come and try and get it, things like that happen. Your players can get there first and flick it into the net. Now, watching me take this corner in these clips, you'll realise the only real flaw with it is because it's so powerful and it's so close to the goal. A lot of the times, your players do hit, the bar, the post. Players will make miraculous AI blocks off the line, and that can be a little bit frustrating. But believe me, when you're doing this for all your corners in the weekend league, you're guaranteed 10, 15 goals, just depending on how lucky you get with the rebounds off the bar and post. As just to round it off, you're going to see here what can happen when you've got someone like Fernando Torres trying to put the rebound into the net for you. So you'll be thinking, with my amazing driven shot finishes and my amazing corners, how can I ever lose a game? Well, this is how. For the second week in a row, I actually dropped 2 games. I'm not giving it 100%. I'm only playing for the rewards, really. I'm not bothered about getting 40 out of 40. Of course, I'm still trying, but there's no qualification on the line for me anymore. I've already qualified, so I'm just trying to have a bit of fun. Next week, I'm actually going to playing with a silver team, and I'll be bringing that to YouTube to show you how I get on. So in this game, as you've already seen, he's already fouled me once when I was in the box, didn't get a penalty. Then when he was through with Cuadrado, I went to tackle him, and the AI flicked it up for him, and he makes it 2-0. Gets even worse here when Ronaldo puts it past Harry Kane. As we look at it again here, and Harry Kane completely wipes him out. Referee says no, that's allowed. Apparently, you're allowed to just wipe people out in the box. But we get back into it with my trademark driven shot, making it 2-1. I'd been pretty much all over the guy at this point, so I was thinking to myself, yeah, it's only a matter of time before I'll get back into the game. I use my corner that I've just shown you, misses everyone on this occasion, gets blocked, falls back to Ronaldo. You think, easy finish, nope, hits the bar, and that was only the start of the bullshit. As you saw here, Nigel, and I trigger the run with him, get it back to him. I should have took a touch before hitting the driven shot, as I've just showed you about 10 clips of me doing in that small little tutorial, but what can you do? And again, another example of why you should take a touch before hitting your driven shot. But this here, I've got no words for, no excuses. Look at that. Let's just take one more zoomed in look at what just happened in the 90th minute. Past Alexandro, wipes me out, no penalty. The intention of this video wasn't to just have me moan for the last couple of minutes about my most recent losses, but I mean, just look at this game here. I have no words. This is possibly the most, I don't know whether to say rigged or scripted or just bullshit game, but whatever the adjective, this is as bad as it gets. As you saw there, Messi somehow, whilst doing a 270-degree spin, managed to give an absolutely perfect ball right onto Suarez's foot, but when I try and put one onto Modric's foot at the back post, when he's unmarked there, he runs away from the ball, and that was only the start of it. The driven shot there with Griezmann, despite having the ball under control, hits it straight at the keeper. The rebound gets deflected wide. Again here, stops it dead with Modric. Plays it back into Griezmann again. Hits another shot. Keeper with a good save. He passes it back to me. Pogba with a driven shot. And it goes wide. And at this point I'm tearing my hair out. But I finally managed to get back into the game. Good play into Pogba, into Ronaldo, slotted in. It's 1-1 before half time. I'm thinking, finally, now I'm back in the game. The momentum will swing in my favour and I'll start to dominate, and that's exactly what happened. Turned him a couple of times on Modric across keeper, and I thought he might even quit it out. It was something like 12 shots to 1, but the game was not finished screwing me. Now watch this. Can I even give any commentary to that? I'm not sure I can, because I can't actually believe what I've just witnessed. He puts a driven free kick 1 foot away from De Gea, and you can see the ball. His view isn't blocked at all, and he doesn't move and lets it in, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Ronaldo had it under control, driven shot, hits the post, and then to be fair, he scores a good goal here. He dragged me out, finished it first time with Mertens with a driven shot himself, I think that was, and puts himself 3-2 up, and I really couldn't believe what I was seeing at this point, and it just gets worse. Look at this. Through Ronaldo, I take the touch this time, I stop sprinting, Neuer gets a kneecap to it and flicks it wide, and this is going to round the video off. 85th minute, through to Bill, one-on-one driven shot. Oh no, the referee's going to bring it back for a free kick 25 yards out. And that is it for this latest video. I tried to do something a little bit different today, so let me know down below what you thought. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and keep your eye on my channel, because this weekend I'm going to be using a silver team only, and I'm going to be bringing a couple of videos out showing you all how I got on.